What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to another episode of Taking a Risk with George and the Honey.
Woo! Hey, guys.
It has been one heck of a journey. Can you believe we made it 6 months?
6 months.
We are at our 6th month.
That is so crazy. So in today's episode, we're going to talk about all the good and all the bad in our 6-month journey.
All right, so first things first, most people always want to know, how does it feel to have 6 people living in a travel trailer? And honestly,
it is wild.
It is wild. It is for
so
sure.
Crazy.
100% it's wild, but it's not as bad as you would think. I love living with my kids full time. It is wonderful, and I love living with the Honey full time. I get to see this beautiful thing all the time.
My feels on it, I'm basically with George. I love it so much. The amount of time that we get to spend as a family, being together basically 24/7, and I know that sounds wild. We're literally together 24/7, but we are never going to ever get this time back. So
That's right.
Why not start now?
The kids are so little and lovable and so impressionable right now that I can't imagine not being with them full time. Like, it literally blows my mind, like, realizing how we grew up. I was a family, there was 5 kids in my family, and like, we never spent time together. Like, quality family time just wasn't there. And now I'm making up for it by literally doing quality family time
every
all the
day.
time. Yeah, and it's wonderful. And I know it's going to help with their growth and all that stuff too.
Yeah, I'm excited.
And me too.
So,
I've been
and
excited.
I love it. I truly love it. Like, yeah, there's gonna be some bad days, you know, being cooped up in the RV on bad weather days, but we try as best as we can to get out on those rainy days, go to like museums or science centers, and we show you all of those details.
And with homeschooling, that is definitely something that is absolutely necessary, because it does add to the curriculum as well. And there's so much. These kids absorb everything. They love doing
Sponge
stuff
brains.
like that. All right, so another frequently asked question that we get is, how many miles have you put on your vehicles? And my goodness, that is always a good question. And we've only gone from Ohio to Florida. That's as far as we've gone. So when I tell you these miles, just know that we be traveling. Like, we do not stay in the trailer 24/7. That just does not happen. We get out, we do stuff. So when we bought the truck, we bought it, I think it was pre-owned.
It was pre-owned.
It was pre-owned, and it came with 6,000 miles on it.
Yep.
By the time we got to bringing it to Florida, so this was about October, and we bought the truck back in May of last year.
2023.
So by the time we got to bringing the truck down to Florida in the middle of November, it had 12,000 miles on it. Now, it's almost at 20,000 miles. So between November and now it's March, the end of March, we've put about 8,000 miles in just travel. Now, before we came to Ohio, and I said we bought it in May, it had 6,000. We put 6,000 because we were regularly driving the truck. It was one of our primary vehicles, as well as the car that we're sitting in right now, our Kia Sorento, which when we went up to Ohio back in December, I think it was, we went up for Christmas.
Yeah, December.
And we
right
scooped up the
Christmas.
car because her brother did have it before this. We were letting him use it as a vehicle because he needed one. It had 46,000 miles on it. And this is our very first primary vehicle. And now it has 53,000 miles on it. So
7,000 miles on it
in 3 months.
3 months.
We be traveling.
That is nuts.
And the truck is a gas guzzler. It does not get, and yes, it is gas. We do not have diesel. That is our mistake, but whatever. It still works out very well for us.
It works out really good, actually.
But it does suck down gas. So when I'm pulling the trailer, which it is about, I'm going to say somewhere between 14 to 15,000 pounds, plus the weight of the truck, which is about 6,000 pounds, that's a 20,000 pound unit that's moving. The tank on that is a 36-gallon tank, and on a full tank, we can get about 250 miles with the trailer attached. Without the trailer, it's closer to 400.
Okay,
this
so it's
car,
about half.
Yeah, the car alone, or the SUV, has a full tank. I think it only has like a 20... No, I think it has a 16-gallon tank. This is pretty small.
16 or 26?
Somewhere between 16 and 26. But it gets 400 plus miles per the tank. So this is 100% a gas saver.
And that's why we've put so many miles on it in the 3 months.
Once we realized we were spending so much money on gas, driving the truck everywhere because it was our only vehicle at the time, we knew we had to make a change because gas is not cheap.
No.
We should probably tell you guys how much we've spent on gas in the last 6 months.
I'm going to let you go in those details?
Yes, I'm going to let you take it from here.
Okay.
I'm the one that
so the gas that we've spent is so much gas. I can't even believe it. So from Ohio to Florida, you guys already know we went straight through 18 hours. We stopped to use the bathroom, eat, and fill up, and that's it. We didn't stay anywhere overnight for those 18 hours. We drove straight through, and it took 2 tanks of gas to fill up, right?
It took us, we stopped 5 times.
Okay.
For
5
gas.
times. So from Ohio to Florida, we've made that trip 3 times, and it's been about $700 each trip.
One way.
One way, $700.
For
so
the truck.
Actually, there and back is $1,400. That blows my mind.
It really does. And if it wasn't for Gas Buddy, we would have been spending a lot more. So I do recommend, once again, this is not an affiliate. We do not get paid to promote them. We just know it saves money, and we want to save you money. Get yourself the Gas Buddy app, and if you can, get the Gas Buddy card.
Get the card, yeah.
You will say you'll have additional savings on top of the original savings from Gas Buddy itself.
Yeah,
so
that's how we've been saving.
Yeah, that's how we've been saving gas a little bit, and a little bit helps because, and they give you promotions too. We've earned like $30 in gas from them. Which I don't even know from doing what, just from being partnered with them,
And then in total, since we've been on the road for 6 months, we've spent about $6,000 in gas.
Which has been one
for
of the
both
greatest
cars,
expenses.
Yeah, that's been the most expense. And that's with both cars.
And that's an uncontrollable expense. You need to spend money on gas if you want to go anywhere.
Right. That's literally what travel is all about. All right. Let's talk about RV parks.
Let's talk about RV parks. Let's do it.
Our favorite ones, our least ones, all the things about all the RV parks that we've been to.
How many RV parks have we been to?
We've been to...
At least
7.
6. 7? What's...
I think...
Oh, if you count the one in Ohio.
Yeah, I think we've been to 7. So, we've been to one in Ohio.
Pastime Park, which was great. We absolutely loved it.
Yes, that was the one in Ohio.
I'm going to speak for her on that one because it was great. I did.
And then...
we came straight down to Sherwood Forest.
Yep, which is in Orlando. And then we've been to Lake Magic, which was in Kissimmee or Orlando-ish area. Same area.
Yeah.
And then Thousand Trails, Orlando.
Thousand Trails, Orlando.
We've been to Toby's RV Park. Peace River. Oh, we're already at 6. And we've been to Sunshine Key.
Been to Sunshine Key. So we've been to 8 different RV parks.
Oh, what'd I miss? I only
well,
have 7
I still
fingers.
counted Ohio.
Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed Ohio.
That's okay. We can just count the Florida ones.
Okay, so one Ohio RV park.
We really didn't stay at Lake Magic. Lake Magic was really just like a parking RV for us because we parked the RV and then we drove straight to Ohio.
Oh, we went to 3 Flags also. So we've actually been to 8 in Florida and 1 in Ohio.
Really? Only 1 in Ohio?
Yeah, I think we literally... Oh, I lied. Oh my gosh. Remember the one in Pickerington? We went to 2 of them.
Was it Jackson's, right?
Was it? I don't know,
yeah,
but it
Jackson's
was
Lake.
so good.
That was our first one. How could we forget our first one? Because time flies. That's literally what it is. I know it was only 6 months ago.
I don't even know how it's been 6 months.
Seriously, it feels like it's been a year or 2. Like, this is such a fast-paced lifestyle. Like, you wouldn't believe it. That thing is just move.
So fast.
But which one out of all of those was your favorite so far?
Hands down, Sunshine Key.
You guys already knew that. I got sick from leaving there.
I know. The vibes, just the weather, the atmosphere, the fact that they have all of the gatherings and other small businesses coming out with like food trucks and a farmer's market.
It was really nice.
A glow party. Like, it was just above and beyond your typical RV park.
It really is like a paradise RV park.
Literally.
You almost don't even feel like you're at an RV park. It almost feels like a luxury resort.
Yes, and literally, it was
it's an
hands
island.
Down. Yeah, it's an
There's
island.
Water, ocean water everywhere around.
It had access to the beach. It had its own dock, its own marina.
Yeah.
It was the best. If you have a chance to go to the Florida Keys, you must stay at Sunshine Key. hands down.
100%. And that's where our spokesperson is for 1,000 Trails, which we
yes,
didn't know.
yes,
That was absolutely fun running into them, and we celebrated her birthday with her.
It was such a
cool.
great experience.
Yeah, heck
it was
yeah.
really cool.
Now, what was your least favorite out of all of the parks that we've been to?
So I have two.
Oh.
Either Sherwood Forest
Oh,
or
you don't
Toby's.
like I think you're gonna say Three Flags or Toby's.
Oh man.
I really liked Three Flags, even though we didn't really stay there, because that was another one that was.
It was like a 2-day.
Yeah, we parked there, and I had to come back to Ohio for our storage unit, and you took the kids to your mama's.
Yeah,
to
so
go visit her. So
we didn't really.
The reason
stay
I liked
at the park.
Three Flags because it was really flooded when we went there, and the spots are super duper tight. We actually got a really cool spot that I was able to park.
Really random spot though.
Yeah, but nobody would pick it, which is so weird. And it was like all by itself right next to a cabin, and I had plenty of room to back in. I'm still getting used to backing in. Now I'm pretty good at it, but back then I was still getting used to it. And it was just such an easy parking job for me.
Yeah, but there was no playground for the kids.
No.
We didn't even visit the pool because literally we were checked in there for 5 days. He was gone for 3, and the 3 days that he was gone, we literally went to my grandma's so that way that there was a park close, I could do laundry and like all the things, wash everything before he got back. And then Sherwood Forest, the main reason why I don't like that one is because there's always construction, and I understand,
which is a good thing.
It is.
They're re-upping the place. They're making it nicer.
But there's always an outage, whether it's electricity or water or whatever. And it didn't seem super kid-friendly, which we have 4 kids.
Yeah.
We have to have very kid-friendly RV parks.
What didn't you like about Toby's? I know the answer to this. I don't think we belonged at Toby's. I think we somehow got into Toby's by accident.
So, I'm not even sure how we got into Toby's. Or maybe it's just like a thing that like, it's not mentioned, but it's like everybody at that park knows.
It's
100%. Like a 55 plus community.
And it's surrounded by 55 plus community people. There's no doubt about it. There's several older villages there that do not allow anybody under 55.
Yeah,
people.
so like literally what he's talking about, so literally down the street, so outside of the RV park, down the street, there were 3 separate communities that were all 55 and up. So like everybody that was at Toby's were 55 and up.
And that one to me felt the least kid friendly, and we really didn't go outside the RV unless we were going somewhere.
Yeah, literally. We were there for what, 6 days because it wasn't a full week, and
they didn't have a pool.
We honestly talked to one person. No pool, no playground. There was like a basketball court, but like there were older kids just sitting on the picnic benches.
And when she says older, she means like 14.
Yeah, like 14, like older.
There was no smaller children that we could see.
And we drove around one time to find the trash can, which was literally all the way in the back. And the entire time of us driving around, after school hours, there was 1 kid that we saw in the entire park. So that's why that's our least favorite. Well, that's your least favorite, right?
Yeah, Toby's, but the only reason is because of that. Like, besides for that, Toby's is a really beautiful area. I love that we had cows behind us.
Yeah,
that was cool.
that was actually the only thing that I feel like was memorable.
Not having friends for the kids was weird.
But hearing the cows moo in our backyard was actually so cool.
And me chasing them off.
And you scared them away.
They just ran. They saw me coming and they just ran.
So now let's jump into our 1,000 Trails membership.
Yeah, let's talk about it because it is a wonderful thing to have. And if you are considering this type of lifestyle, I highly, highly, highly recommend looking into buying your own 1,000 Trails membership.
Yep, especially if you're full-time. So there are multiple different tiers for memberships. There are 4 specific. One is the
Adventure.
Basic.
Oh, you want to start at the bottom.
Yeah, so we're doing the bottom to the top.
I only recommend, if you're going to do this full-time, I only recommend getting the Adventure.
Absolutely.
You can do it 100% with the one that we have, which is the Elite Connections, which is just underneath the Adventure.
But it gets tricky.
You get limited, yes, exactly.
So I wanted to touch base on what basically we messed up or we made a wrong choice. So the adventure, let's just talk about the adventure, because that's going to be the one that, if you're full-time, that's going to be the membership that you want. So let me just explain
hands down.
what it is. So with Thousand Trails Adventure, you get all of the Thousand Trails parks, which there are 220 of them. You also get the Trails Collection. All of that is verbiage that you probably don't understand. So I'm going to dummy it down, because I wish I would have known what all of these words mean. So Thousand Trails, there are limited parks in not all states, only around
it
the
literally
Gulf.
Makes like a big U.
Yes, there's nothing in the
States.
middle
There's
states.
a couple up there, like some in Michigan and some in areas around Michigan, but for the most part, like the middle west United States,
so
the
weird.
Great Plains, as I like to call it, there's like nothing.
None. Zero.
Yeah, it's really
so with those, you can stay a maximum of 21 days at each one.
Each park.
Yep, and you can go 1,000 trails, 1,000 trails, 1,000 trails. Okay, so 1,000 trails, we can go park to park for 21 days each stay if there's availability. Now, the Trails Collection are encore parks. So with our Elite Connections, we have the Trails Collection package. We can only go to encore parks for 14 days max. Then we have to stay out of encore parks for 7 days.
Which is crucial, because that might make us have to drive an incredible distance to
try and get into 1,000 Trails Park.
When people in the adventure wouldn't have to do that. They could literally park out.
So with the adventure package, you can stay up to 21 nights in Encore, which we're only limited 14 days. And you can go encore to encore to encore to encore. So it just makes everything so much more open, so much easier for sure. Less travels, because here in Florida, there are only 3,000 trails parks, which is crazy. And they're all in the middle. So there's one north of Orlando and one south of Orlando, and they're each an hour away.
Yeah, and it's absolutely crazy because so many people don't have the adventure, so they're getting limited, and these places book up really fast, especially in the winter time.
This one especially. So another reason why we messed up is because the price of the adventure is obviously going to be significantly more expensive. But if I would have known, it's $10,000 difference.
Okay, that is
spread
significant.
Spread out between 6 years, though, is really not that much a month.
And the best way to look at it is this is a loan. It's not a timeshare. It's a loan. Once you pay off the loan, you own the membership.
Yep. So that was another thing that I'm going to touch on. So it's $10,000 difference split up between 6 years, and you basically pay it monthly. So if you are scared of the price, please reach out to me. Do your own due diligence of the membership. Look into what states you plan on traveling to, because I promise you the adventure package is absolutely going to be your best bet, no matter what state you're going in around the Gulf Coast.
If you're full-time, and it's from East Coast to West Coast and the Gulf Coast.
Yes.
It's literally a big U of the United
States.
It's
so strange.
And the West Coast has, it looks like hundreds.
Hundreds. In California alone, there's probably 50 or 60 in California
and it goes
alone.
all the way up to Oregon and Washington, and then it does the same thing on the East Coast.
Yep.
All the way down. All right, so all in all, we've had a pretty wonderful time. Do you love this lifestyle?
I absolutely love this lifestyle.
This is definitely 100% the lifestyle we needed. We loved owning a home. We loved having our kids go to school and have friends there, but like being on the road and seeing all these cool different things, this is definitely, like, I wouldn't trade this for anything. We've talked about how we want to extend this as much as we can.
And the reason for it is I want to be able to show my kids different states, different cultures, teach them about different history, statues, and
everywhere you go in this country, there's something new to see. So 100%, if you are hesitant and you're thinking about this lifestyle, I say do it.
I say do it if you're able to. There are a lot of things that you need to plan.
Hidden expenses,
yes.
So definitely prepare for that. And if you watch our videos, make sure you go back and watch all of them. Just binge watch them. You'll learn all of our
so many tips.
You'll learn from all of our mistakes, and that's 100% something I definitely do recommend. Go binge watch our videos if you are thinking about this lifestyle, because there are lots of things that'll pop up that you really won't even think of, and we can help you with that.
That's right.
So that's going to be it for this video. We really hope you enjoyed coming on this journey with us. We've got a lot more we want to show you, a lot more we want to do.
So make sure to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and make sure to check the links below to check out our Facebook, Instagram, and our TikTok.
There's tons of content on there that you will not see here on YouTube, and that is all run by this beautiful woman right here. So make sure you go and follow, and make sure you go enjoy that content as well. Thank you all so very much, and remember,
life's not worth living if you aren't taking a risk.